Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mary Love, and welcome to Country Living. I was talking to my father-in-law yesterday, and being now that he is on a blended diet, we got to come up with new ideas for things for him to eat that can be pureed so that he's not eating the same thing over and over and over. Now, he does eat a lot of soups because that's one thing that will blend up very easily. So, today I am making ham and white bean soup. I'm using Great Northern beans. I love ham and white bean soup. We got ham, celery that's been pre-washed, and carrots that are going to go in it. For the liquid, I'm not just cooking my beans in pure, just straight water. I'm going to cook them in chicken broth that I've mixed up. And, oh, here it is. I got an onion that I'm going to put in them. I will season them with a little salt. But as far as a bunch of other stuff, no. Not going to get crazy on seasonings. So, let's get down here. We're going to look through these and then wash them right quick. And we're going to get busy. Cooking it in the Instant Pot won't take but just a few minutes, so that's a good thing. All right, set all that stuff aside, and let's go through some beans. I decided to take a break for just a minute. I've been working in the living room, trying to rearrange my desk, and I was talking to Donna, Powered by Creativity. I was talking to her earlier, and she was telling me, or suggested that I move my desk into one of the spare bedrooms where I could, if I want a video, I can without bothering my husband or without waiting for him to get done watching TV so that the TV doesn't interfere with my videoing. Well, I wasn't going to do that, but y'all, my husband's going to be so proud of me when he comes home because now he gets to help me move that big old honking desk. I bet that thing weighs 300 pounds if it weighs an ounce. And it's got to be lifted up on its end so that we can get it through the bedroom door because otherwise it ain't going to fit. Now, if you've never looked through beans before, what I'm doing is looking for little pieces of rock or broken beans or beans that just look bad to take those out. Because Lord knows you don't want to be eating beans and bite down on a hard piece of rock. And it happens. So we look through them and then we're going to wash them. And cooking this in the Instant Pot about an hour and the soup will be done. And homemade soup is way better than any store-bought soup any day of the week. All right, let's get those looked through. No rocks. So now I'm going to take these to the sink and wash them. Now I've got the beans washed. So now we're just going to dump them in the Instant Pot. Let me dry my hands off. Now we're going to cut up these carrots. I'm having to use this little knife because my big knives are all in the dishwasher. Being washed. But that's all right. You make do with what you got and just keep on the going. Alrighty. There's the carrots. It doesn't take a lot of carrots in this, which is a good thing because once I cook this and puree it up for my father-in-law, let me cut the ends of that off. And I do use the leaves on celery. Those leaves have a lot of good flavor in them. So I do use those. And it's not going to take a whole lot of celery. I think that right there might be enough. Well, there you go. We're going to peel off these outer edges and go ahead and use the rest of these leaves. Get the hard fat celery in there. All right, there we go. Now that's in there. Now then, let's cut up this onion. All right, I think about a half is all we're going to need. I could get my chopper out, but oh well. It is what it is, I reckon. I don't like big chunks of onion. I don't like biting into a big old chunk of raw onion. Not that these are going to be raw, but I still, biting into a raw onion makes me very deathly ill. So, well, I almost made it without my eyes starting to burn. Alright, that's got the onion chopped up. Now then, we're going to dice up the ham. Now, it's not going to take all of this. Woo! Mercy. Ooh, my eye just started burning. Lord help me, Jesus. And this ain't quite thawed out, y'all. But that's all right, because it'll thaw out when that water starts to heat up. And as y'all have noticed, I'm not measuring ingredients. I'm just chopping some stuff up and throwing it in there. The ham is cold. Woo! Ends of my fingers are numb. Alright. Let's see if we can get this apart. There we go. We're going to cut up this big piece. Man, that's cold. How many of y'all have ever had ham and white bean soup? This ham has got a smoky flavor to it, and it's going to really taste good in here. All right, let's get this stuff out of the way. All my scraps over there. Now, like I said, I use the Knorr chicken bouillon powder. And I've got 6 teaspoons of chicken bouillon in here to 4 cups of water. And I will add 2 more cups of water. Actually, that's a little more than 2 cups, but that's all right, because those beans are going to take up some juice. So there we go. Now, let's grab some salt. Won't need much because that salt, that ham is kind of salty. Now then, we're going to put just a little bit of oil for seasoning. Maybe 1 more teaspoon, because that ham ain't got a lot of fat on it. So there we go. There's the seasonings added to it. We grab a spoon. Give this a stir. And we're going to put the lid on it and pressure cook this for 1 hour. Make sure it's on sealing, not venting. And we're going to plug this up. I do apologize for moving the camera. All right, turn this on. Increase the time. We're going to do 1 hour and 10. Woo! So that's got that going. Well, it'll take longer than 1 hour and 10 minutes because all the broth has to heat up. And once the broth heats up and then it comes up to pressure, then it'll start cooking. But it'll only cook for 1 hour and 10 minutes. So you figure probably 1 hour and 35 minutes and it'll be done from start to finish. I'm tired, y'all. My husband's going to love it when he comes home and my computer desk is sitting right in the middle of the living room floor. But it's heavy. I can't pick it. I can't lift up one end of it to set it up on the other end so I can get it angled through the bedroom door. But it'll wait till he gets home. And my son may have to come down and help. But that'll work too, since he just lives up the road now. But I'm going to let this cook, and then we'll be back. So y'all stick around, because it's going to be really good. Now, I don't know how well y'all can see that down in there, but that soup looks delicious. I mean, just looks delicious. See all that? That's just nothing but goodness. Now I'm gonna, I would like to thicken it up a little bit, but I'm not gonna have time before we go to church. So I will probably just put some in a bowl for my father-in-law, and he can mulch it up himself in his little blender so that he can have some for dinner. Let me go ahead and put him some in this bowl. And then he can just mulch it up. Woo, that's hot. All right, there we go. Ow! We're not going to put the lid back on that. We're going to leave that in there. And I will do a taste testing of this after we get home from church, because, y'all, I got that desk moved in that bedroom back there. Thank God my son just lives up the road now. I am so happy that he is up there. Because now if I need his help, all I got to do is call him, and he is right here. And Stephen, thank you so much for coming down and helping me. I got the computer desk. I moved it out of the living room, and I got it put in the bedroom, the spare bedroom where my sewing room is. But I had it up on its end instead of sitting like this, like it's supposed to be. I had it up on its end, and I needed his help to get it back down, setting up right. So he came down and helped me, and I appreciated that. But I'm going to stop videoing for right now, but I'll pick this back up when we get in from church. So it'll be a little bit later, but I'll finish this video out. And maybe I'll do another video on what my computer desk looks like now in the bedroom. So y'all stick around and we'll be back after church and we'll give this a try. Well, we were going to go to church, but my husband called a while ago and said his truck broke down. Y'all say a prayer for him because he's kind of down right now, I think. So let's try some soup. Look at that. White bean and ham soup. Well, did it take a picture? I think it took a picture. Now then, I know it's going to need salt. I already know that. And we didn't put much, but we did put some extra salt. And this is hot. It's going to be hot, y'all. It's going to burn my mouth. That's delicious. Man, I could just eat the broth alone. I love soup. That broth is delicious. And the beans are good and tender. And you get the carrots. If you've never made it, it is simple to make. And it's very satisfying. Them carrots just literally melt in your mouth. Man, that's good. Some crackers, glass iced tea. You can't beat that. But that's this video. White bean and ham soup. Or ham and white bean soup, whatever you want to call it. But it's delicious on a cold winter's night. Comfort food is always the best. But with that, I'm going to close this video out. Excuse me. I tried to go down the wrong way. With that, I'm going to say if this is your first time watching one of my videos and you have not yet subscribed, I sincerely hope that you will consider doing so. I do cooking videos, some canning videos here and there, a song here and there, and money stuffing. Those are my favorite, y'all. We all know this now. But if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I need all the help I can get. And probably more than what y'all can give me. Professional help. But I love you guys. Thank you for coming back and watching me once again. I appreciate your help. But with that, y'all have a blessed evening, and I'll see y'all here later. Bye.